75th season has tipped off, and after a bumpy, dare I say, underwhelming offseason, the Timberwolves have got the ball rolling on their 2021-22 season. An offseason that was headlined by front office drama and theoretical trades that never happened. The Wolves are an under-the-radar team as we enter the season. So now, with the season tipped off, we can leave behind these theoretical trades and the off-court shenanigans and finally talk about Timberwolves basketball. Yeah, actual basketball. Last night, the Wolves opened the season at home against the Houston Rockets, and today we're going to break it down. Let's start by discussing the starting lineup that we saw. Of course, Karl Anthony Towns got the start at center, with Anthony Edwards and D'Angelo Russell at the guards, and Josh Okogie and Jaden McDaniels at the forwards. It's worth noting that Patrick Beverley did serve his one-game suspension this game, so I don't believe his return will impact this starting lineup, but we could see something different with him back on Saturday for the Pelicans game. Now, I love the balance of this starting lineup. Offensively, you have the very strong trio of Cat, D'Lo, and Ant, so you have the flexibility to start defensive specialists at the other two spots, and that looks to be exactly what Chris Finch settled on with Josh Okogie and McDaniels. Anthony Edwards was a hot and cold three-point shooter last season, but I expect that to stabilize over time, and I'll tell you, he shoots his stroke with confidence. He put up 12 three-pointers from a variety of positions. He did it off the dribble, he did it on catch and shoots, he did it on step backs over screens, and he hit 6 of them. So he shot 50% from 3 on high volume in game 1. Add that with, D'Angelo Russell's respectable game from distance and the always immaculate shooting from Karl Anthony Towns, and the floor spaces out really nicely. Mac Daddy showed decent touch from distance as well last season, and volume-wise, we don't need to see a ton from Jaden McDaniels, just enough to stretch out the defense. So if those four can keep up the shooting from distance, Okogie's career-long battle with the three becomes a little more excusable. Now, defense, once again, is of our greatest concerns. A promising quote came from Karl Anthony Towns this preseason when he said, "How many years have you guys been hearing the same hoopla? It's time for us to go out there and prove it." And we've heard plenty of promises about our defense improving over the last several seasons, but maybe this mentality from Karl Anthony Towns can mark a shift. Maybe Karl Anthony Towns being sick and tired of the bad defense is exactly what we needed. We're off to a good start with our defensive effort last night, so let's hope we stick with it. The Wolves forced 24 turnovers last night, which is super encouraging from such a defensively embattled franchise, we'll say. Now, we do need to factor in that the Rockets are comprised mostly of rookies and janitors. Karl did his part, chipping in 2 blocks and 2 steals. Mac Daddy really impressed with 4 steals and 2 blocks, and Okogie chipped in another 2 blocks and 2 steals as well. This defense will get an intriguing test on Saturday against the Pelicans, as even though they are without Zion, we'll still get to test the mettle of our defense against Brandon Ingram. The simplest breakdown of this season opener was that our big three did big three things. Cat put up 30 and 10, Ant chipped in 26 points with 6 boards and 3 assists and shot 6 of 12 from distance, and D'Angelo Russell put up 22 and 7 assists. Our success hinges on those 3 putting up consistent leading efforts. We saw Malik Beasley lead the team in minutes off the bench, putting in a full 20 minutes. He put up a mere 9 points, so a cold start, yes, but it's fair to assume that Bees will chip in more than that regularly and look to be our real 6th man off the bench. Naz Reid also impressed off the bench, getting off 3 blocks, and even though the third-year big man came up empty from distance, he has shown a dependable stroke for a big in the past. Taurean Prince and Vando also chipped in minutes off the bench as versatile defenders. Jordan McLaughlin had a well-rounded effort, but I would anticipate the return of Patrick Beverley might seriously impact his opportunities. All in all, the Wolves put a respectable opening night effort together, putting away one of the league's bottom teams with relative ease. The defensive effort was promising, and the offense seemed to come easily to our big three. Most importantly, our team culture looked electric. Anthony Edwards said post-game that Okogie brings a different type of defensive intensity, and when Okogie is so locked in, everyone locks in to help him. That's literally what Ant said, to help him. That tells you the kind of leadership and energy Okogie is bringing. At one point, Malik Beasley dove for a loose ball by the bench, and the whole team got up, helped him up, and cheered and celebrated his effort. This is a far cry from the once despondent Wolves teams that had a perpetual pout on their faces. It is early, but this Wolves team looks like they are connected and truly excited to play basketball together. The Wolves were lobbed up a gimme to start the season, and they knocked it out of the park. So let's hope this effort carries on going forward. Stay lit. Thanks for watching.